All right, thank you for joining me for a 90-minute yoga class. My name is Holly. My pronouns are she, her. We're going to start with a few rounds of sun salutes to warm up our body, and then we will hop into 26 into yoga, 26 postures, and 2 breathing exercises. If at any point in class something does not feel good for your body, remember that you can take a different variation of a posture. You can skip a posture. You can do something else entirely. This is your yoga time. This is your body. This is your life. This is your choice. Do with this time as you see fit. For the sun salutes, you can come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together, arms down by your side. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. We'll start with a few rounds. We'll start with 2 rounds of half sun salutes. If those are speaking to you, keep doing those. They're especially good for folks with wrist, elbow, or shoulder injuries. After the 2 half sun salutes, we'll flow into the full Surya Namaskar A sun salute, but again, you can continue with the half if that feels better to you. Okay, feet close together, hands at heart center. And we'll begin by saluting Surya, the god of sun. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale through your nose, look forward and lengthen into a halfway lift, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, knees soften, bend and fold. This is a half sun salute. Inhale, look forward, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Let's try another. Inhale, lift. Slow exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. You can have your hands on thighs, shins, or the floor in front of you. Slow exhale, fold. Keep your eyes open, stomach towards thighs. Inhale, look forward, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. You can continue with those or do a full sun salute. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Connect to the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into a plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, lean forward, hug your elbows in, pull yourself down to the floor. Inhale, push up into a back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, you can come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips back as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale as you fold, head hangs heavy, keep your eyes open. Inhale, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Let's try that again. Inhale, lift. Arms with ears, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, neck long. Exhale, step back, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your up dog or cobra, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles and the space between your index finger and thumb. So especially if you're in down dog, you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, moving meditation. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your up dog or cobra. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. If you're in child's pose, sink your hips down to your heels. If you're in down dog, press your heels down to the floor. If your heels aren't touching the floor, you might take a wider step. And if you have tight hamstrings, you can also micro bend your knees to take weight away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your knees back, heels down, send your hips up to the ceiling, push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, salute the sun. Exhale, hands down. Beautiful, that's our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 into yoga. Come to the middle of your space with your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely for 2 sets of pranayama, standing deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. You'll inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. all the time against the back of the throat. Your nose and mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling. Elbows touch. Inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead, lift your elbows all the way up, breathe deep, full lungs. Good. Exhale, head up slowly, push your head back, look way, way, way back for the wall behind you, elbows touch, pointing to the wall in front of you. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Good. Exhale. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling, lungs empty, arms together. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. You're starting to become a little bit more aware of your body moving in time and space. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in the heels. Lower body still like a statue. Just the head drops back, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, head down. So contract your quadricep muscles, squeeze your gluteal muscles, suck your stomach in. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, keep your core tight, legs locked, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Remember that you're never forcing the body. So for some folks, right, the elbows might not go very high, or you might even simply do the breathing exercise with your arms down by your side. Exhale, head up. Same thing for some folks. If you have a neck injury, you might not drop your head back. You might simply look up towards the ceiling, and then elbows will touch, pointing down rather than forward. Inhale, head down. So throughout class, focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do. You can always return to your breath. Exhale, head up. Make this the deepest exhale so far. Take your time. Exhale a little bit more than you think you can. Completely empty your lungs. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set, deepest breath of your day. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling. Push, squeeze, elbows touch. Change. Arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. Wonderful. Second set, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue, so your top thumb presses into your throat a little bit. Squeeze your thighs and glutes, pull your abdomen in, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Good. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Use your chin to push your knuckles down. Keep your fingers interlaced up to the webbing. Palms face the floor. Good. Exhale, head up. Now use your knuckles to push your head back. Make a tight fist. Squeeze your palms, wrists, forearms, and elbows together. Inhale, head down through the breathing exercise. You're learning to breathe a little slower, a little longer, a little deeper. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. You're also learning to synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty, not before or after. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. I'll do a few with you. Breathe deep, full lungs, exhale. elbows touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life when your lungs are totally full. Surprise yourself, take in 1 more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. We'll continue Arta Karmasana with Tadasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Nice tight white knuckle grip, stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. Good, and when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels. Press your hips a little forward so the hips and pelvis open. Squeeze your palms together. Head and arms back. Touch your biceps to your ears. Engage your abdominal wall. Press your heels down. Pull your abdomen in. Inhale, stretch up out of your waist. Try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing absolutely straight line. Slowly bend your body to the right. Good. Without bending elbows, without bending knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush. Know where you need to be. Nothing you have to prove to yourself, to me, to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. This is a wonderful opportunity to slow down and go inward. Keep the weight in your heels. Press your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, biceps to ears. Push your left hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line, good. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Option to stay here or get a little deeper at the end, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Shoulders down, chin up, chest up, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right, send a nice breath into the right side body. If at any point in class you find that you cannot breathe, you're holding your breath, or you have to gasp for air, that's probably a sign that you've gone a little too far. This is a truly aerobic exercise, and that we want to flood our body with oxygen the whole time, right? So it's aerobic and that it's oxygenated, so that you don't leave with lactic acid buildup. So please prioritize your breath above all else. Once you can breathe, focus on alignment. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back. Move your right hip a little forward and left shoulder a little forward. If you have breath and alignment, go for depth at the end. Come down, push and push and push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. First back bend, take a deep breath. Full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and take your arms back with your ears. In this posture, you might not be able to do deep belly breaths. You can skim little sips of air off of that big pocket of air in your lungs. Eyes open, mouth closed, whole spine backward bending, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push your stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, chest up. Exhale, breathing, bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up, decompress the spine. Exhale, stomach in, bend your knees, fold, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, keep your heels on the floor. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Tadasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Good. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes, with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Roll forward like a wheel. Start to lift your hips up a little bit more. Stretch your spine down, stomach down, thighs, chest down, knees, face down the shins. One day, top of the head touches the top of the toes. Change. Come on up, arms with ears, knees can bend as you lift up. Very nice. Float your arms down. And you stand a little taller. Wonderful. Second set, feet together, arms up, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, other thumb, pinky finger on top, press your heels down, hips forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right, press your hips to the left. There's a saying, yoga is one of the only endeavors where the subject and the object are not the same. So in basketball, the subject is basketball and the object is basketball, right? It's to win a basketball game. Or in football, the subject is football and the object is to win a football game. But in yoga, the subject is yoga, but the object is you, right? The goal is for you to feel good after class. Doesn't really matter if your posture looks like what everyone else's posture looks like. So make sure that the postures are working for you, not the other way around. As you inhale, lengthen the arms, exhale, push and push and push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle, shoulders down, chin up, chest up, press your heels down, pull your abdomen in, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right, breathe. Keep the weight in your heels, quads contracted, glutes contracted. Lock your legs, press your hips forward, engage your abdominal wall, slide your breastbone up. Keep your chin and chest lifted. It's a very proud posture, and you have a lot to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Push your right hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Option to stay here or get a little deeper at the end. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Second, heart opener. Squeeze your palms together up to the wrist. Take a breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open. Look up and then relax your head back. Lift your chest, lift your arms, and then take your arms back with your ears. Imagine you're tracing your fingers along the ceiling down the back wall. When our spine is tight, the knees and elbows will start to buckle. Try to keep your legs and arms long so that your spine can bend. Press your heels down, squeeze your quads and glutes, press your hips forward, lift your chest up, and towards the end, exhale, empty your lungs, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch, decompress. Exhale, stomach in, fold, hands to floor, let your head hang heavy. Go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set, what's still a little tight and tender. There's no right and wrong. Just move your body in a way that feels good to you. Tadasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your big toes and lift your hips up. Keep your eyes open and your neck spine relaxed. Can you wrap your elbows back behind you a little bit more in the second set? Elbows to calves, one day elbows touch. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, try to lock your knees. Exhale, breathing, lock your knees, roll forward, lock your knees, eyes open, last chance, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, come on up, arms with ears, knees can bend as you lift up. Beautiful, float your arms down, hold still, take a breath. In our stillness between asanas and pranayamas, we learn how to control the mind rather than having the mind control us. Awkward Ukitasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, fingers in line with your shoulders. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with. 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down, halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body off your lower body. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Reach your arms forward, send your hips back. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Come on up, keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide, concentrate and meditate. Come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up at the top, bend your knees, sit down. and lean back. Rather than leaning forward, think about sending your tailbone down, stretch the crown of your head up. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, last part, come on up, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time. Listen to your body. Stop whenever you want or keep sitting down and stop when there's a half-inch gap between your hips and your heels. A little bit goes a long way. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up. Good, heels together, arms and shoulders down, take a breath. Go again, step your right foot to the right, same footprint, insides of your feet, parallel, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight. Reach your arms forward, engage your abdominal wall, bend your knees, sit back and down. So your posture might look like this. It might look like this, right? Maybe you even have hands together in prayer if there's a shoulder injury. So there's lots of options here. Always focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do. And remember that comparison is the thief of joy. So make sure you're not comparing yourself to me or someone else. Keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees and hands. Pull your abdomen in, lift your upper body back, lift your chin up, chest up. Change, come on up, keep your arms there. Press your hips forward, lift your heels, stretch up at the top, bend your knees, sit down. I'm just remembering at camp last week that we did a camp craft and there was like a camper, like a teenager who did a really good craft and I started feeling bad about mine. And I had to be like, comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. Sit down 1 more inch, change, come on up, still breathing, squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. It's never a good sign when you're like feeling bad about yourself, comparing yourself to like a 17-year-old girl. Keep your hips lifted, drop your shoulders, keep your triceps tight, fingertips active, engage your core. Change, slowly come up, squeeze your inner thighs together as you lift up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms and shoulders down, take a breath. Let's do eagle pose, Vajrasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right elbow, under left elbow. Cross first at the elbows, again if you can at the wrists. Palms together, thumbs towards your nose. You can also interlace fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, hips into a chair, stay down there, lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Cross your legs, twist like ropes, maybe even wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. So your posture might look like this, it might look like this, or somewhere in between. Depth of asana, depth of posture does not equate to depth of yoga practice. Remember, it doesn't matter what the posture looks like. It matters like what it's doing for you, what you're expressing in yourself through your yoga, moving meditation, right? Sit a little lower if it feels good, and then lean your upper body back. Change. Feet together, arms up. Let's do the left side. Swing left arm, under right arm. Notice if your hands are to the right of your face, draw your hands back to center. Notice if right shoulder is higher than left shoulder, drop right shoulder down. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down. Keep your hips low. Lean back and bring your left leg over your right leg. Cross, twist, squeeze, and breathe. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right, wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles all in line. Sit back and down, upper body back at the end. Change. Feet together, arms up. Second set, here we go. Swing right arm, under left arm. On this side, hands a little to the right, left shoulder down. Pull elbows down, 1 day fingers below the nose. Bend your knees, sit back and down, lean back, and bring right leg over left leg. Hamstring over quadricep. Push your top leg into your bottom leg. If your foot is wrapping, eliminate gap between right ankle and left calf muscle. If your hands are in prayer, flatten the palms, straighten the wrists, even out the fingertips. Sit down, lean back, change. Feet together, arms up. Last one, here we go. Swing left arm, under right arm, pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lift your chest slightly, and bring left leg over right leg. Relax your jaw, seal your lips, connect to your breath. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. Move your hips back and down. Upper body back, take a breath at your deepest point. Change, feet together, arms up, arms down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Okay, standing head to knee, Dandayamana Dhanushrasana. There's a lot to play around with and explore in this posture, so get curious. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back. Option to stay here, or inhale, stretch up, stomach in, exhale, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken, you have no knee. If you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble, inhale, breathing. Slowly, gently lift your right leg up until it's exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg lock. Take a breath. Kick your heel forward, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. Flex your toes back. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock, then the side legs make an L like Linda, puff up your chest, and slowly with control bend your elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, arms straight, bend your right leg, put your right foot down on the floor. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Contract your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. Lift your kneecap, squeeze gluteus maximus and minimus. Engage your pelvic floor. So lift your pelvic floor up, pull your abdomen in, and then lift your left leg up. Flex your toes back. Option to stay here or start to round down. You might just round down a little bit. You might even pick up your foot. You're also welcome to start with your knee higher into your chest so that you're not rounding your spine as much. Keep your left toes flexed back. Option to stay here in the setup. If you have a grip on your foot, standing leg locked, inhale. Lift your left leg up. Notice if the heel is turning in and the knee is turning out. That's the hip opening. Try to get the hips square. So left heel a little to the left. And then from here, kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. When our spine is tight, the knee can buckle. Make sure that your hips are lifted so that your knee is over your ankle. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs. Keep the core engaged, lift your chest, and slowly with control, bend your elbows down. Press your heel forward, hip forward, shoulders back, chest down, hold and breathe. Change, arms straight, bend your left leg, left foot down. You can put your hands on your back and do a little back bend. Oh, that feels good, or a knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Lock your left leg, pull your abdomen in, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back. Round down, pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Inhale, right leg up, keep the grip. If both legs lock, then elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your head up, arms straight, bend your right leg, right foot down. That was good. Shift your weight to your right leg, evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Can you keep your big toe on the floor without grabbing the floor with your toes? That's a trick. Lift your left leg up, toes back, round down, pick up your foot. So big toe stays down. Standing leg lock, stomach in. Here we go. Inhale, left leg up, hold for 3, 2, 1. Bend elbows down. Hold 3, 2, 1. Tuck chin to chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold at your deepest point. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Keep your big toe down. Bring your head up, arms straight, bend your left leg, left foot down to the floor. Look at that, good stuff. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana Dhanurasana. Bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body. Bring it out to the right, give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back with your ear, knees together to start. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, lift your chin and chest. Option to stay here. I'm going to stay in the setup for a moment. As you're ready, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. At first, find a place where you can balance, breathe, and back bend. The more you come down parallel to the floor, the more you get the cardiovascular aspect of the posture, the heart rate picks up. Just make sure that you're not losing the back bend. Keep your chin and chest lifted, abdomen can relax. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. So your foot comes directly over the top of your head, from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body. Bring the body down more, leg up more. Charge your body forward, kick back, kick up one more time. Change, slowly kick yourself out of the posture, feet together, arms down. Bring your left hand up, keep it simple. Out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger, bring your right arm up and all the way back with your ear, knees together to start. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, lift your chin and chest, take a breath, stretch up. Option to stay here or slowly kick into your hand. Simultaneously charge your body forward. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. If you always fall forward, kick back more. If you fall back, stretch forward more. If you fall to one side, pay attention to what's going on in your standing foot and your hips. Try to keep the hips even. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. All 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, palm of your right hand faces the floor. If you're coming down, keep your arm parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. Towards the end, you can stay where you are or get a little deeper, bring the body down more. Leg up more, charge your body forward, try to touch something 1 inch in front of you, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself out, feet together, arms down, take a breath. Concentrate and meditate. I am one with the force and the force is one with me. Bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, left arm up and back with your ear. Do or do not, there is no try. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin and chest, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. This is a great hip flexor stretch. You're stretching out the hip flexor on the kicking foot. You're strengthening your glute, your hamstring, and your calf. Use the muscles in the back of this kicking leg to kick up and back bend a little bit more. Bring the body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, shoulder to chin, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly press yourself up with control. Feet together, arms down. Last one, left hand up, out to the left. Reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger, right arm up and back with your ear, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your shoulder and chin, stretch up, and slowly swipe your right arm along the profile of your face until your shoulder and chin touch. Simultaneously kick your left leg back and up. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So in every asana and pranayama, we're expressing who we are on the inside. And you always have a choice of who you want to be in this world. Let this be an expression of who you want to be, who you know yourself to be at your core. Bring the body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, kick back, kick up one more time. Change, slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds. You have to make up your mind to use 100% of your strength in half a second. If you're late, it's over. Sometimes it's okay for it to be over. Feet together, arms up, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, Cross your thumbs, lean back and stretch up. Step your right foot forward, a big step. Shift your weight to your right foot, stretch. Point your left toes, option to stay here or start to come down parallel to the floor. I think Kurt Cobain said it best when he said, hurry up or take your time. The choice is yours, but don't be late. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change. Slowly bring your left foot back to the floor, right foot back to the left, lean back, stretch up. Step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, point your right toes. Option to stay here or slowly come down parallel to the floor. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom. No broken umbrellas. Body down, leg up. Change. Slowly right foot down. Softly left foot back. Float your arms down with control. Stand tall. Second set. Arms up, palms together, switch the grip. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, stretch up, step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, point your left toes and start to come down. Keep your arms with your ears, even if you don't go as far into the posture. Back is flat, legs and arms are long, chest down, chin forward, leg up, leg up, leg up, and change, left foot down. Right foot back. Last one, squeeze your palms together, nice tight white knuckle grip, lean back, stretch up, step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch and tilt, charge your body forward, try to touch the wall in front of you, shoulder blades, scapula, stretching away from the body, body down, leg up, palms together, stretch, 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 change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Come to the top of your mat. You can face the long side of your mat for the separate leg series, beginning with standing separate leg stretching, Dandayamana Vikatapada, Hashimoto Stretching. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in, that'll internally rotate the hips and pelvis. You can also keep the insides of your feet parallel. Lock your legs, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So turning the toes in helps some folks to stretch the hamstrings a little bit more, but if you have like sciatic nerve pain, it can be a little too much. So in that case, you want to keep the insides of your feet parallel. Option to have your hands on the floor in front of you, especially if your hamstrings or knees are a little bit tight and you notice your knees are bending a lot. Put your hands on the floor. You can even walk your hands forward, lean into your arms, bring the weight into the balls of your feet, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, push your knees back, contract your quadricep muscles, lock your knees. Option to keep your hands on the floor. You can also grab the outsides of your feet or even your heels from behind. Everybody roll forward like a wheel, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees. First the legs stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine stretching, whole spine stretching, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, you can take a little bit of a bigger step. And then roll forward one more time, lift your hips up, pull, stretch, breathe, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Change, slowly come up, take your time. Very nice. Step your right foot back to the left, arms up, arms down. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, second set. If in the first set your head easily touched the floor, take a little bit of a smaller step. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step. Play around. Second set, arms up. Step your right foot to the right. Nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. You can keep the insides of your feet parallel or turn your toes in. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and slowly go down. Keep your fingers in line with your shoulders. And again, if your knees are bending a lot, hands to the floor, walk your hands forward as much as you need to lift your hips up and lengthen the backs of the legs. If you have a grip on your feet, bend your elbows back. Elbows to calves. Shoulders to ceiling, decompress the neck spine, belly button to spine. Everybody roll forward, find your edge. Notice if your spine is rounded, arch your spine. Imagine your heart will touch the floor before your head. When your head is an inch or two away from the floor, drop your head down. Top of the head touches the floor in between your feet. Hold and breathe. Change, slowly come up, fingers in line with the shoulders. Very nice. Step your right foot back, arms up, arms down. Next is the summit of the standing series. It's our version of triangle Trikanasana. works all the major muscle groups in the body. It focuses on strength, cardio, balance, mobility. You get everything at once. Pretty cool. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out. Maybe left toes in, make sure your heels are in line. Inhale, bend your right knee and lunge. You can bounce a couple times to warm up the hips and knees, and then sit as low as you can. Press your hips forward, lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. Tilt your upper body to a 45-degree angle so that you're using your right obliques to stay lifted. You want a nice diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head. Look up towards the ceiling, beautiful. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Look for your left thumb, breathe. Stomach in, core tight. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture at the end of class. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat and stable on the floor. Keep your core engaged, change. Move your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left knee and lunge. Now, if your step is too short, the knee will go over the ankle and that can put too much pressure on the knee. Make sure your knee is directly over your ankle, shin perpendicular to the floor. Sit down, lean back, reach your arms apart in the setup, and now move your arms at the same time. So your posture might look like this. It might also look like this. As the hips start to open, left thigh comes down parallel to the floor. Elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Make sure it's just the elbow in front of the knee, not the tricep or the bicep. Palms flat, wrist straight. Look up towards the ceiling, look for your right thumb, one day nose and thumb in line. Push your right hip forward, push your left knee back. Now roll your right rib cage back, open your chest. Like a flower petal blooming, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, stomach in as you come up, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down, take a breath. Go again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice generous step, be generous with yourself, arms down, parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, stretch the crown of your head up. Turn your right foot out, turn it out a half inch more. Inhale, bend your right knee and lunge. Make sure your knee is over your ankle, not to the left of your ankle. Sit down, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, you're stronger than that. Keep your chest lifted, use your core to stay lifted. Look up and stretch up, pull your abdomen in. Push your left hip forward, push your right knee back. Notice if you're sticking your butt out and leaning forward, hips forward, lean back, turn, twist upper body back, open your chest, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Keep your core engaged, change. Move your arms, straighten your leg, right toes in, left toes out, line up your heels. Inhale, bend your left knee and lunge. You can balance a couple times to sit down low. Sit down low, stay down there. Lean back and move your arms so the hips stay still. Elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingertips towards the big toe. Look up and stretch up. Tricep muscles tight, reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down. So you're strengthening your legs, your arms, your core, and you're opening through the hips, chest, and shoulders all at once. It's also a spine twist. Push your right hip forward and down, push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist upper body back. Ooh, that feels so good. Like spine twisting posture at the end of class. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat and stable on the floor. Change, move your arms, press the left heel into the floor to come up, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, arms down. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Bikram Yoga, Vajrasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Palms together, cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step, 3 to 4 feet. Shift your weight into your heels. Pick up your toes, pivot to the back of your mat if you're on your mat, or the side wall if you're doing what I'm doing. Turn your back toes in, squeeze your left butt cheek, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times beyond your flexibility. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chin to chest, go down. Round, scoop, curl, tuck, concave. Tuck your chin to your chest, pull your abdomen in, touch your forehead to your knee. If your forehead and knee aren't touching, you might try taking a bigger step. You can bend your front leg. You can turn your back toes in. You can push the floor away from you, tuck your chin to your chest, maybe forehead and knee come closer together, but you're never forcing your body to round.
Stretch your fingers forward beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your right front foot. Right hip up, left hip forward, 2 hips in line. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs. Walk your hands back together in prayer first. And then change. Slowly uncurl, palms together, chin to chest, arms with ears, head up last. As you're ready, shift your weight to your heels, pick up your toes, and pivot 180 degrees to the other side of the room. My heels get crisscross in transition, if yours do as well. Uncross your heels. Turn your back toes in, squeeze your right glute, push your right hip forward, forward, forward until your hips and shoulders are in line. Palms together, pinkies touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chin to chest, go down. Feel each part of your spine rounding. Pull your abdomen in, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. So touching a forehead to a knee or trying to touch a forehead to knee might sound kind of arbitrary, but I think it's a miracle. If you can touch your forehead to your knee, you're rounding your whole body, over half of your lower body, true extension of the spine, true compression to the abdominal wall. If you cannot touch your forehead to your knee, I'm right there with you today. That's okay. Focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do. You can focus on your breath. You can focus on compression, pull the abdomen in. You can focus on balance and alignment, shift your weight to your front foot, left hip up, right hip forward. And with that balance, you might even walk your hands back together and see if you can hold here with just your fingertips touching the floor. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock both legs, hands together, thumbs crossed, pinkies touch. Change, slowly uncurl. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, arms with your ears, head up last. Pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, float your arms down, breathe. Second set, inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step. Pivot on your heels to the back of your mat, turn your back toes in, press your left hip forward, squeeze inner thighs together. Push biceps into ears. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chin to chest, go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You can't see your front foot all the way down. Tuck your chin to your chest, and maybe in the second set, you keep your hands together. Maybe in the second set, forehead and knee touch, or if it's easy to touch your forehead to your knee, keep going. See if you can bring your forehead onto your thigh. Shift your weight into your front foot. That helps with balance and control. Right hip up, left hip forward. Look at your back left knee. See the kneecap lifting, contracting. That's what we mean by a locked knee. It's not about like jamming the kneecap back. It's about contracting the quad, lifting the kneecap up. Now push your forehead into your knee, lift both kneecaps, lock both knees, hands together, change. Take your time, press your left hip forward, chin to chest, full stop at the top. Pick up your toes, pivot 180 degrees. I'm going to face you for the last one. Heels are in a line, but not crisscross, right? You're not on a tightrope, you're on a yoga mat. Use your space. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, press your palms together. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chin to chest, go down. Arms with ears, one day arms behind the ears. Tuck your chin to your chest, pull your abdomen in, touch your forehead to your knee. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch your fingers forward, left hip up, right hip forward. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, pull your abdomen in even more, squeezing, compressing, massaging the abdominal wall. Keep your jaw relaxed. Now push your forehead into your knee, walk both legs, hands together. Change, push your front foot into the floor, press your right hip forward, tuck your chin to your chest, head up last. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down by your side. With minimal movement, turn, face the center of your mat for the hip opening series, Tree Pose Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right knee up, turn it out to the right, point your right toes. You can have your ankle on your shin, your knee, your thigh. You can even hold on to your foot from underneath, bring your heel to your costume, and slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Right hand to the center of your chest. If you can balance without your foot falling, left hand, palms together. Press your palms together. Feel a little bit of activation in the bicep. Draw the elbows down, shoulders down, stretch the crown of your head up, and take a breath. Beautiful. Change, right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left leg up, heel to groin. Let your left knee drop. This side might look or feel different from the other side. It does for me. You can bring one or both hands. So on this side, my foot falls. So I'm going to hold on to my foot the whole time. Press your hips forward. Roll your shoulders down. Stretch the crown of your head up. Think about temporarily eliminating any curvature in your spine. Good. Change. Left leg down. You can do a second set of tree pose. You can also try toe stand. I'll show you from the side. Shift your weight to your left leg. Lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up. Your foot can be anywhere above your knee, anywhere on your thigh. You can bring one or both hands together. Look towards the floor. Pick one spot. Don't move your eyes. Helps with balance, concentration, meditation. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands to floor. Lock your hands forward. Lean forward. Lift your heel. Bend your knees. Sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Point your right toes. Stretch the crown of your head up. It's a fun posture to fall out of because you don't fall very far. Left hand to the center of your chest. Right hand, palms together, elbows down, spine straight. Come a half inch off your heel. As you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or push your arms into the floor. Lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, heel down, and then slowly reverse out. Good. Change. Right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg. Squeeze right thigh tight. Lift your left leg up. Heel to costume. Let your left knee drop. If your foot's prone to falling, like mine is, hold on to your foot. Otherwise, bring your hands together. Look towards the floor. Concentrate. Meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. I'm going to stay here, but I'll walk you through the rest of it. You can walk your hands forward as much as you'd like. Lean forward into your arms. Lift your heel. Bend your right knee. Sit down on your heel. If you can sit on your heel, walk your hands back. Point your left toes, even out the knees, hips, and shoulders. Lengthen your spine. Left hand to the center of your chest. Right hand, palms together, elbows down, spine straight, toe stand, come a half inch off your heel. You've got it. As you're ready, put your hands on the floor. You can come up on 2 feet or push your hands into the floor, lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, heel down. Point your left toes, change, slowly reverse out. Good for you. Left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We're on the floor for the rest of class. Whee! I don't know why I always say that. Bring your heels together, let your toes fall open. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Take an inhale, feel your body rise. Exhale, body fall. So it's crazy for me to think about this time. Last week, I was with a bunch of high schoolers at a camp in Idaho, and our camp is in Lake Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And the Coeur d'Alene is a tribe that is native to that area. Their actual name is not Coeur d'Alene. That's a name that was given to them by Jesuit priests who stole their land and tried to colonize them. Their actual name is the Skatumish tribe. And the Skatumish tribe, the place that our camp sits on, we have a good relationship with the tribe, which is really nice. And the place that our camp sits on is actually like, has been acknowledged as a sacred space, like to that tribe for thousands of years. And it's called Insidsen, which in the Pacific Northwest, the regional dialect is Salish or coastal Salish. And actually Salish is a derivative of the original Skatumish language. So they're a really, really old tribe that has been there for a long time. Skatumish actually means like the people who have been here, like they've been there for thousands of years. But anyways, Insidsen, the name of our camp, is a Skatumish name. And for years, we thought that name translated to mean point of inspiration. And there's a story that members of the tribe have told our site director about why it's called Insidsen. And the story goes that the point of our camp is where the Skatumish were traders. They were really fair traders. And so people from all over different tribes would come into that lake area, land on the shores of our
camp and like do trading, you know, fur trading and food trading and stuff like that. And so one day this family like pulled up to the campsite that we still sit at every day. And they're pulling up for the night. They're going to sleep there for the night. They're going to camp there for the night. And this little boy who's a member of the tribe just gets this feeling like something is about to happen. Like, have you ever had that feeling where you're like, something's going to happen? I know it. And so he starts running around and like he runs to his dad and he's like, Dad, like I can feel it. Something's going to happen. And his dad is like, not now, son. I'm busy talking to the other members of the tribe. So he turns away dejected. He tries to find his mom. He runs to his mom. Mom, like I can feel it. Like something feels different in me. Something's going to change. And she goes, not now, son, I'm cooking food with my friends. And so he then runs to his he runs to his grandfather. Grandfather, like, I can feel something, like something is in the air. Something's going to happen. And his grandfather's like, not now, I'm, like hanging out with my friends. And so he runs to his grandmother and he goes, Grandma, I can feel it, right? I feel this thing inside me. Something is going to change. And she goes, you are ready. Go up that rock, go to this. There's actually a point in our camp called Point of Inspiration. Go up that rock, sleep there for the night, come back down tomorrow. So he's like, finally, someone listens to me. And so he goes up to the rock as like a kid, and he sleeps there for the night, and he comes back down and he comes and talks to his grandma and he says, now I know who I am supposed to be. Now I know what my purpose is in life. And so that's like the folklore or the legend around the space that our camp sits on. And for years, we thought that Insinsen translated to mean point of inspiration. Like it's literally on sweatshirts that you can buy at the camp. It says point of inspiration. But we recently found out in talking to tribal members that the actual translation of the name Insinsen is the place I go to rest my head so that I can wake up inspired. The place I go to rest my head so that I can wake up inspired. And I love that because it's implying that inspiration, creativity requires rest. And that's what we're doing right here in Savasana. We're resting. This is an integral part of a yoga practice, and probably of like a sustainable yoga practice, is to take rest. And remember that at any point when you'd like to take rest in a yoga practice, you are welcome to do so. Rather than thinking of it as giving up or giving in or skipping something, you might think of it as taking rest so that you can pop back up inspired. The floor series begins with Pavana Ukitasana, winter moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head. Tuck your chin in slightly, look down the center line of your body, hold and breathe. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your left shin, nice tight anti-arthritic grip. Pull your knee out to the left, down towards your shoulder. Keep your right leg on the floor. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, you can flex your right toes back to your face to anchor the right side body down. Everybody keep your left foot relaxed. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows, each other. Give yourself a big hug for coming to class today. Squeeze your knees together and down. If you can't grab your elbows, you can grab the backs of your hamstrings. You can grab the backs of your knees. You can place your hands on your knees or shins. You can interlace your fingers, grab your wrists, grab your forearms. If it's easy to grab your elbows, you might even palm your elbows. There's so many options within every posture we practice. Change, arms down and eyes open. I don't always name every option, and frankly, I don't know every option. So if you ever have a question, you're always welcome to talk to me before or after class, or if you have a handy tip or trick for a posture, how to get into it, a different variation. I love it when you share that with me, because the more that I learn, the more I'm able to pass on to other people in the future. So thank you for being my teacher. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down. Notice if your right foot is turning to the left, that's the hip opening. Bring your right ankle a little to the right. So ankle, knee, and shoulder are in line. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. You're purposely putting pressure on your abdomen. This posture is good for digestion. It's a nice hip opener. It's good for grip strength. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands. Change. Left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself another hug, maybe other elbow on top. Keep your heels in line side by side, not crisscross. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head. Tuck your chin in slightly, look down the center line of your body, hold and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit-up. If you have any concerns about your back, you are welcome to skip the sit-up, roll off to the side, and meet on your abdomen. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, ground your heels into the floor, biceps with ears, cross your thumbs. Take a breath, hold your breath, stomach in, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Exhale, grab your big toes. Exhale, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good. Turn, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series, beginning with Cobra Pose. Place your hands on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your feet into the floor, hands into the floor, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, use 100% spine strength, come up halfway only, elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle. Hug your arms into your sides, roll your shoulders back and down, stretch your elbows towards your hips. Don't forget about your cobra's tail, beautiful. That's so nice. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, press the tops of your feet, hips and hands flat into the floor. You can use your arm strength a little bit. Now look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Second set, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose, chin forward. Place your hands on the floor just below your shoulders. Little fingers in line with the deltoid. So from a bird's eye view, I couldn't see your fingernails. Zip up your legs, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your hands down, look up and lift. There's a lot going on here, right? You're strengthening your arms, your hands, your spine. You're putting some pressure on the abdomen. This is good for digestion. It's a nice way to kind of massage the abdominal wall. You're opening through your chest and shoulders where a lot of us carry tension, and there's a lot of activation happening in the upper back. Squeeze shoulder blade scapula together. Rather than lifting the shoulders up, roll them back and down. Imagine there's a number 2 pencil in between your shoulder blades and you want to squeeze it together. We're stretching the fascia on the chest. Lock your legs, contract the quads and glutes, press your feet, hips and hands down, lift your chest up. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your left, right ear on your mat. Arms down, heels open. Bring your chin forward for Locust Shalabhasana. Arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Option to keep your arms out to the side or bring your arms underneath you so one day pinky fingers touch but hands never overlap. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Press down through your knuckles rather than your wrists. Press down through your shoulders rather than your elbows. Change, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Keep your right leg relaxed. Left leg should be solid, concrete, one-piece slant post, unbroken, you have no knee. Spiral your inner left thigh up so the sole of your left foot is flat to the ceiling, hips in line. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin in slightly, mouth down, neck long, mouth on your mat. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide, zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt. Point your toes, roll forward and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up, stroke a little harder. Don't give up, keep your mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Push your hands back, roll forward, lock your legs, point your toes, thighs up. Change, lower down, take your arms out. Look to the right, left ear on your mat. So what's interesting is I'm sure many of you know, right, a lot of Native American tribes were renamed by colonizers. And a lot of the names weren't nice, right? Like the Dakota were renamed the Sioux tribe, which means snake or enemy. That's not a very nice thing to rename people, right? But interestingly, like again, the tribe whose land I was on, they're called the Skatumish, which means like the people who have been here forever, or like the people that were discovered here. But they were renamed the Coeur d'Alene, which is actually kind of a nice name. So that means heart of the owl, AWL, which is a like a tool, like a sharp tool used for leather working. And they were renamed that because they were known in that area to be like really fair traders. And again, people from all over, not just Native American people, but as colonizers came in, settlers would come to trade with them because they knew that they were really shrewd, but really fair traders. Bring your chin forward for second set, Locust Shalabhasana, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face down. Option to keep your arms out to the side, bring your arms underneath you. I think it's important, if I'm going to like share a story about Native American lore, to like share a little bit more about that tribe than just decontextualizing a story. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. Imagine you're drawing a line up the back wall. Use your right big toe. Push your hands back, roll forward like a wheel, lift your right leg up, change, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Push your hands back, roll forward, press your shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your leg, lift your thigh up, change, left leg down. One leg is practice for two legs. Bring your chin in, mouth down, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide, zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. In the second set, if you want, separate your legs. See if you can come up a little bit higher, and then squeeze inner thighs back together. Triceps tight, shoulders down, legs up, change, lower down. Take your arms out. Look to the left, right here on your mat. So that tribe has always been really fair and egalitarian, and they continue to be to this day. Lake Coeur d'Alene is actually at one point was the biggest Superfund site in the entire world. I think it's now like third in the country because there's all this pollution from a car factory that would just like dump like cars and gasoline into it's a huge lake, but it used to be incredibly polluted. And the Coeur d'Alene tribe on their own accord paid for it to be cleaned up. And they also paid to have a health clinic put in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that doesn't just serve their community, but that anyone can come to. And it's interesting, in Coeur d'Alene, the town within this huge lake that we're on is actually called Harrison, Idaho. And it's called Harrison, Idaho because President Harrison was the person that took that land from that tribe and gave it to white people, who then polluted that lake, then for the tribe to come back and clean up that lake and create a health center for an underserved community, which is pretty remarkable. Purna Shalabhasana, full locust. Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a jumbo jet taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up towards the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Squeeze your inner thighs together, point your toes, squeeze your butt, lock your legs. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, arms back, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Nice, change, slowly lower down. Tuck in your wings, look to your right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, squeeze inner thighs together, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. So this is full locust pose, like a swarm of locusts. In this posture, you're opening through your chest and arms. You are strengthening your spine, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, strengthening the arms. You're putting a little bit of pressure on the abdomen. Again, it's good for digestion. This posture is really good for back health. If you ever Google like yoga for back pain, this posture will come up every single time. Lock your legs, point your toes, lift your chest up, change, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your left, right ear on your mat. So it's sometimes referred to as airplane pose, but the historical name for it is full locust Shalabhasana. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers, bring your knees and feet close together. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling and start to kick into your hands. Very nice. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between the ribs and hips, hold still, do little sips of air in and out through your nose. In this posture, you're stretching out your chest and shoulders. You're also stretching out your biceps and triceps. If you happen to be a weightlifter, I am not, but every time I lift weights and then I do this posture, I'm like, oh, yes, great bicep stretch. You're also strengthening your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, and you're healing your spine through compression. Never force your body. Focus on what you can do rather than what you cannot do. Almost to the end, point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, bring your knees, feet close together, wrists straight. You can also grab 1 foot rather than 2 feet. Point your toes, squeeze your glutes, look up towards the ceiling and kick into your hands. Imagine you're going to touch the ceiling with your big toes. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. If this posture hurts your knees or elbows, you might think about kicking up more than back so that you're not putting too much stress on those joints. Think about lifting your chest and thighs off the floor at the same time. Point your toes, look up to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Change, lower down, look to your left, right ear on your mat, take a breath. Send deep belly breaths in and out through your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. Let the floor hold you up. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat for fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I will show you from the side. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees, feet. As you're ready, you can start to walk your hands back and sink your hips down. You might open up your feet and knees a little bit more so that you can sit down between your heels. You're welcome to keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you. Ooh, I'm tight today. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet. Right elbow down, left elbow down, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, quads, and hips, never a point of pain. And this is called Supta Vajrasana, which means fixed firm pose. We are now in what's called the fixed firm series. So for this posture and the next 3, the tops of our feet, ankles, shins, and knees will be fixed firmly on the floor. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. The curriculum for my camp, which is, it's a church camp and there's like a national organization that sends out curriculum and sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's not good and we ignore it. But this year it was pretty good. And the theme was like, what's in a name? And as anyone if you're familiar with Abrahamic religions, whether that's Judaism, Christianity, or Islam, you know that there's like a lot of name changes in the Old Testament, right? And for folks that have read the Bible in the New Testament as well. And so we talked about name changes, which is pretty cool at my camp because we have several members of our staff who are trans and have literally changed their name. And we have several campers who are also experimenting with like their own identity and pronouns and stuff like that. So I think it was a cool experience for a lot of folks to talk both like, you know, biblically about name change and identity, and then also like in our own lives in modern day. And it fit really well, again, with being on a camp that both is on a land of people who were unfairly renamed, for people whose land was taken from them, and also to be on a sacred site that like we have misunderstood the name in Sidson for a long time. So there was like a lot to think about name changes and what is in a name or an identity. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. And I'm sharing that not just second set fixed firm, I'm sharing that not just because it's interesting to me, but also because I think it relates to yoga. So you can bring your knees together in the second set and have your feet open. This is the more traditional version of Vajrasana. You can also keep your knees apart. So some styles of yoga call this posture hero pose. That is not the original name of this asana. The original name is Vajrasana, right? You can stay here or put your palms on your soles, left elbow down, right elbow down, head back, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other. So in yoga, like in many different things in life that have been translated, right, into another language, sometimes we come up with like cute names for postures, like in yin yoga, we call Savasana or corpse pose, puddle pose, like a rain puddle instead. And that can be helpful in some ways, right? To hear something by a different name or to think about it from a different perspective, that can be helpful. And also it can be really helpful to hear like the original translation or to even hear like the Sanskrit word. Put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So there's kind of like in the last 50 years, famously, some members of the like yoga community in the United States have like stopped saying the Sanskrit names for postures because it's confusing, right? And it can be inaccessible. And like, I don't speak Sanskrit. So like, what does that mean? I didn't know the Sanskrit words until I went to teacher training for a lot of the postures. And at the same time, there's like a lot of value in hearing the Sanskrit words, not just to like respect the culture that this practice came out of, but also because, for example, there's 3 Janushirasana head to knee postures in class, but if you don't hear it in Sanskrit, you might miss that. And also sometimes there's some interesting things happening in the Sanskrit words that can tell us a little bit more about like what exactly we're supposed to be doing in the posture. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat. So next is Arta Karmasana, or half tortoise. So Arta is half and then Karmasana is tortoise. Full tortoise or Karmasana pose is like really a crazy posture, which I cannot personally do. So Arta Karmasana is a lot more accessible. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, go down. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Tilt your pinky fingers down, press your palms together, reach your arms forward, sink your hips back, stretch from the lower back, middle back through the upper back, neck and shoulders, slide the pinky fingers forward, sink the hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, come on up, arms with your ears, arms down, turn around, Savasana. So you'll notice that all of the postures end in the word asana, right? Which we translate to mean posture, but asana is actually like a 3-part translation. It means posture held in stillness with breath. So if you know, sometimes like I think especially today in the social media age, it's like you'll see someone doing a yoga posture, like there's a picture of someone in a handstand, but if you watch like what actually happens, it's like they hold the handstand for a second, the photo gets taken, and then they come out, which is fine for exploration, but that's not an asana, right? It has to be held in stillness with breath. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat. Second set, half tortoise, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. You can always start standing on your knees, arms up, palms together. You can also have one or both arms down as you go into it. If you have a shoulder injury, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Tilt your pinky fingers down, reach your arms forward, sink your hips back, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, come on up, arms with ears, arms down, turn around, Savasana. The other interesting thing about asana that you would miss if you didn't say it in Sanskrit, or that you would miss if you didn't study the root of it. The etymological root of asana is the same in Sanskrit as the etymological root of a stool, like a stool that you sit on. And there's this idea, again, now with yoga, we associate it with like a handstand, a one-legged balance, a deep back bend. And these things in some ways existed in yoga 2000 years ago, but a lot of yoga 2000 years ago was like sitting and meditating and breathing. And there was this idea that if you were practicing the limb of asana, the postures, which we so associate with yoga currently, if you were practicing the asanas, it was in service of being able to sit on a stool, to sit still and meditate. So there's this idea, right, in ancient times, it's literally built into the language of asana, that you might practice these postures so that you can sit and meditate, and maybe to take it a step further so that you can wake up inspired. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Turn, come to the top of your mat for Ukitasana, Camel Pose. We're gonna make a camel's hump with our body. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and feet. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Press your hips forward. This is a great hip flexor stretch. We're opening through the hips. Keep your eyes open, start to look up. Option to stay here or let your head fall back. Keep your hands on your back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here with your hands on your back, or right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't grab your heels, keep your hands on your back. Press your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back, hold and breathe. As you're ready, place your hands on your back and change. Press yourself up, stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. So sometimes you'll hear a yoga teacher, myself included, say something to the effect of, if all you did today was got on your yoga mat, you made it to class, and you took a nap, please know that that is enough. And I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart, because again, at the end of the day, yoga is about, of course, there's cardio, there's stretching, there's flexibility, there's balance, there's strengthening, there's toning, there's all of that. But we know from the root of the word asana that it's all in service to rest and to being intentional with our body movements, our thoughts, our breath, our feelings. It's all in service of that. So make sure that anything you're doing in this class is in service to that goal, right? To be like a little bit more in touch with yourself, a little bit less reactive, more proactive, a little bit more loving, a little less judgmental. Make sure that everything you're practicing here is in service to those goals. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. And that's why sometimes showing up to class and taking a nap is a wonderful option. Come to the top of your mat. You can always roll up your mats. There's extra padding under your knees. I'm standing back a little bit so that I don't get cut off. Open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back. You might bring your elbows closer together behind you. One day elbows touch. Press your hips forward, lift your chest. And if it feels good, let your head drop back. Option to stay here, go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here or left hand down, grab your left heel, right hand down, grab your right heel, hips forward, chest up, head back. As you're ready, place your hands on your back, press yourself up, stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. Let that posture go. Concentrate and meditate. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. I am one with the force and the force is one with me. Come to the middle of your mat, rabbit Sasangasana. Sasangasana, rabbit pose, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside. We're gonna round our spine like a rabbit. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Option to stay here or pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Roll forward like a wheel, lock your arms, lift your shoulders, squeeze your heels together, pull your abdomen in, round your spine like a bunny. Bring your hips down to your heels and change, slowly uncurl. So your head comes up last. Very nice, turn around, Savasana. The other interesting aspect about finding stillness in a yoga pose, and I'll admit that I'm still figuring this out, the more you know about the yoga, the more you know, like there's always that one more adjustment that you could do, right? Like I could walk my knees up a little bit more, I could lift my shoulders up, I could squeeze my heels together. And sometimes that actually gets in the way of stillness because you're like, well, I could always go a little bit further. I could always adjust this one thing. And that's something that I struggle with and that I have to work on, again, is the practice, not perfection. At a certain point, even if we know that there's one more adjustment we could make, or even if we know, you know what, I'm ready to go an inch deeper, it's more true to the yoga to hold and breathe than to do that final little adjustment or depth, right? Maybe. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So even just like one breath in stillness is good. Come to the middle of your mat, second set, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chin to chest, go down. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one. If your feet are coming off the floor, ease up a little bit, press the tops of your feet, ankles and shins, knees firmly into the floor. This is the last fixed firm posture. Squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together, hold and breathe. Sometimes you have to hear things a few times to internalize it. So if nobody's told you this yet today, you are loved. You are loved. You are so loved. Bring your hips back down to your heels and change. Slowly uncurl so your head comes up last. Turn around, Savasana. And there is for sure a little bit of a paradox in this style of yoga between the stillness and the movement, right? Like Bikram himself would be like, asana translates to posture held in stillness with breath. And at the same time, the same person is telling me at the end of a posture, push, 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 kick, 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 right? So there's that dichotomy going on there. I want to acknowledge that, full stop, that it's both, but you also get two sets in your whole life. So maybe in one set you do push a little bit and in the other set you hold still. Or maybe in one class it's all about going to the maximum and in another class it's all about the little adjustments or just breathing. That's the other cool thing is, you know, you don't do this, even within a class you do things multiple times, but throughout a long-term practice, you have so much time to play around and have fun. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for Vajrasana, head to knee, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, big stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. This is our third and final Vajrasana head to knee posture. You are welcome to bend your left leg if it helps you bring your knee and head together, squeezing, compressing the abdominal wall. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. For Hashimoto stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with middle and index fingers, peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep the flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out, lock your legs, puff up your chest, inhale, stretch up. Everybody exhale, fold. Lean forward with a flat back, straight spine. Imagine a little bit more space between each and every vertebrae. Shoulders back, chest forward, lock your knees. Change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. One of the most, I think, helpful Sanskrit moments in this particular sequence is that last posture we do is called Hashimoto Stretching. If you were to compare it, if I were to say compare it to another posture in class, because most of the floor postures mirror standing postures. I think at first thought, a lot of people would say, oh, it's like head to knee with stretching, right? That it's like the hands to feet pose at the beginning of class, right? The pull on your heels, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees, right? People would think it's the one where you grab your heels from behind with your feet together, but it's not. The only other Hashimoto, like the same Sanskrit word for that, is the one where the feet are apart, and then you touch your hands to the floor, and then you try to touch your head to the floor in between your feet, right? But what's notable about that is that in both of those postures, the spine is meant to be flat. In hands to feet pose, the spine rounds a little bit, right? Because we're touching stomach to thighs, chest to knees, face to the shins, below the knees, no room for lighter air between the upper and lower body, right? You've heard it here before. But in both of the Paschimottanasanas, the back is supposed to be flat. And you might not catch that that's a different variation of the same posture if you don't hear it in Sanskrit. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, turn, come to the middle of your mat for second set. First head to knee, right leg out, left leg in, inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn to your right, chin to chest, forehead to knee. If it's easy to touch your forehead to your knee with a bent leg, keep going. If your leg is straight, lock your leg, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. This is great practice for standing head to knee without having to balance on one leg. Feel what it feels like to have your elbows sandwiching your calf muscles, forehead to knee, smile at your belly button. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you, lie down and sit up. For second set, Paschimottanasana, and just for a visual, this is not the floor version of this posture. It's the floor version of this posture, right? Paschimottanasana, stretching, bend your knees up onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, scoot your butt back. So rather than rounding your spine, think about arching your spine. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest, and fold with a flat back, straight spine. Good. Elbows down, shoulders back, chest forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down. Good. Change. Come on up, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good. Turn, come to the middle of your mat for Arta Karmasana, half Lord of the Fish Pose. So you've heard Arta before, right? Arta Karmasana, half tortoise. Arta Karmasana, half Lord of the Fish Pose. Bend your left knee on the floor, touch your right heel to left knee, right hand close behind you, left arm up and over, grab your left knee with your left hand. And again, Lord of the Fish Pose is like a whole other, I don't know, bag of bananas or whatever metaphor there is. This one's maybe a little bit more manageable. Point your left toes. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist. You can also take your right hand off the floor and grab your hip, your waistband. You can reach behind you, reach for your left thigh with your right hand, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, pull your abdomen in. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. Your posture, take your left hand behind you, right arm up and over. Your posture might look like this, or this, or this. There's so much to play around with. You can even do like a spine twist on your back, right? Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. Option to keep your left hand behind you or take it off the floor, grab your hip, your waistband, or reach for your right thigh with your left hand. Beautiful. Push your elbow into your knee, turn and twist upper body back like triangle pose. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for Kapalbhati breathing. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. You can also sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce, and in the second set, switch out which foot is on top. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate and meditate. All you have to do is exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lock your arms, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, look straight ahead, and begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five, pat on the back, turn around, final Savasana. You can close your eyes, open your arms and legs, take up as much or as little space as you'd like. And take a nice, easy breath in through the nose and out through the nose. So I think words and names are really important, even if language can't fully encapsulate a yogic experience or a life well lived. It's still important and interesting, right? And if we, I don't know, if we just thought like this tribe in northern Idaho, if we simply referred to them as the Coeur d'Alene without thinking of them as the Skatumish, then we might think of them as fair traders rather than the people who have been there since time immemorial, right? Or if we just thought of asana as postures, we might miss the idea that asanas are really about stillness and breath and about getting you to a place where you can just be in final savasana and lay your head and rest and wake up inspired. And if we just thought of yoga as yoga, or if we translated yoga to simply mean union, then we would miss the deeper message that yoga actually means yoke, and not an egg yolk, but like a yoke that binds like an oxen to a trailer, right? The thing that literally makes agriculture and a stable society function. That's what people in the subcontinent of yoga 10,000 years ago decided to call this practice. Not union, but yoke. The thing that binds humanity to nature, the thing that helps us stay grounded, that helps our civilizations flourish, that helps our culture change over time. That's what people 10,000 years ago called yoga, the same way that the Skatumish 10,000 years ago called themselves the people that have been here forever, the people that were discovered here, right? And when we cheapen names to what they mean right now, it might on the one hand help with our understanding, but on the other hand, I think there's something to be said for studying what do the words really mean and where are they coming from. So throughout your day, I invite you, if it feels good, to maybe pick a word or two and reflect on why you're using that word and where it might come from. And maybe it's kind of silly, or maybe there's something profound in there, or what does your name mean, or what does your preferred name, your chosen name mean to you? This is like the gift of humanity. It's a gift of a yoga practice, of introspection. It's a gift that you're giving yourself, and by extension, it's a gift that you're giving your greater community. Take an inhale, body rise. Exhale, body fall. And ironically, in medical textbooks, the word for inhale is inspiration. And the word for exhale is expiration. So as you lie down, every breath in, getting a little bit more inspired. Every breath out, letting expire what no longer serves you. I hope that you take a little nap, lay your head to rest, and wake up inspired. Good to see you all.